Twins and nine to Sage. So yeah, we're still doing something different. I'm introducing my character, Sir Lawrence Boddington, and the response from the snippet was incredible, and I appreciate you guys. And I heard your criticisms as far as the voice needs to be clear and things of that nature. So we're definitely going to be doing that. Definitely going to be making sure that all of your suggestions are heard as we move forward. So thank you. Drop some likes, please subscribe, and yeah, sit back and hear me out. This is S.L.A.V.E, Special Laboratories, Advanced Violence Endeavor, Book 1, Re-Education of Sir Lawrence Boddington, Chapter 1. Middle East warehouse, undisclosed location. A large mercenary force is moving freight. The men all have turbans and scarves to hide their faces. A strong wind, sand, and debris flies through the air. Visibility is at a major minimum. Hundreds of armed men load men and material to awaiting trucks. They are a rugged-looking bunch. They look ragtag, but well-seasoned and well-financed. Inside the warehouse is tons of modern weaponry and arms. In the back of the warehouse is the ideal of any middle manager's office, complete with employees, hand trucks, forklifts, secretaries, and the like. There is even an office water cooler packed with interns. The office bustles about. In the office sits a large bearded Arab man. He sits at his desk, chomping a too-often-bit cigar. He seems to be the leader of this army. The professional-style paperwork, the stationery on his desk, and the logos on all the boxes are stamped scimitar, as in an S-C-I-M-I-T-A-R, stamped on all boxes. In walks a well-built black man in a fine black suit. He stops to be frisked. He walks unabashed, unfazed by the armed men, without turning his eyes from his objective, the man at the large desk at the back of the compound. Eyes and attention of all the armed guards turn towards him. As he walks, he looks out of place. They let him walk by. Kalashnikov rifles are leveled at his skull by the men as he walks through the warehouse, and they escort him to the manager's office. The mercenary boss is the first to speak as the man comes to a stop in front of his desk. Ah, yes. A representative of our benefactor corporation. How may we help you? I am a magistrate of Great Britain, and I have come to collect on the loan given to you over 17 years ago. The loan you have used to build your army. The loan was to be paid in full, with interest, over 2 years ago. Your grace period is up, and your loan is due. This document has been copyright written by 8 Minute Universe via 2012. Really? That is not the way I seem to remember this arrangement with your queen. I don't recall your terms. It seems your employer has a change of heart. I see political pressures have now changed. Will we now be your enemy? Well played, English. Well played, English. And if we refuse to pay and play your game? Weapons are chambered and the safeties removed all around him. Several red dots line his face and chest. Unwavered. I am still here to collect the payment in full. Your Austrian accounts I see here are quite sufficient, and I am authorized to accept a balance transfer or an official check if you wish. And they send one man to collect this payment? Behind the black man, a few guards begin to slowly raise their guns. One directly behind him clutches his trigger and begins to raise his weapon. Shoot! Ah! There's all of a sudden screaming and yelling. Men seem to be fleeing the warehouse. The sound of gunfire echoes as the man's detached arm is still squeezing the trigger, firing ammo through all of the men close by and through the back of the warehouse. Shots ricochet off the aluminum walls. Office staffers flee the dock. A stream of Kalashnikov fire rakes the back office wall. The black man is walking casually back to the desk. Bullet hole ripped completely through his suit. Black man, calmly, we still expect payment in full. The boss now crouches behind his desk and chair. He motions quickly for a man to come from a nearby office. The man, obviously terrified himself, approaches with a checkbook and quickly writes the man a check for double the requested amount. He gives it to the suited black man. The black man pockets the check and flees immediately. As a magistrate of Great Britain, I thank you, sir. The man turns and walks calmly, the same way he came. The boss. That man, that thing, he does not leave this compound alive. This document has been copywritten by 8 Minute Universe, 2012. Armed guards on the ground floor and on the higher peripheral walkways begin to scramble to the exit. The man steps into the backseat of an awaiting car. The men take aim at his vehicle with RPGs from the windows and from the raised peripheral walkway. The black man to his unsuspecting driver. You better get out of the car. The driver turning. Come against that. Before he can finish, guards fire several RPGs into the car. It explodes in flame. Woo! The guards shriek in delight. The big boss nods his head in a victorious manner. He slowly turns his back to the burning car. He sees the back passenger door kicked off its hinges completely. The well-tailored black man emerges, his suit almost completely burned off of his body, his chest, his face, bearing the burn marks and scars of a tragic explosion. He calmly steps out of the demolished vehicle. Some of the armed guards see this and begin yelling and firing their weapons. The man begins to run towards the left wall of the warehouse. He reaches a full sprint and unsheathes, shunk, 2 long glistening metal spikes. The spikes are rounded at their base. They extend from the dorsum of his wrist, but come to a funnel, like spikes at their end. He tears through the aluminium wall of the warehouse without breaking a stride. He collapses the walkway full of troops. Debris falls into the men and onto the ground in a terrible, bloody clump. The man strides calmly to the desk of the big boss now. He's the big boss now again cowering on his knees. Bullets fall to the floor as they are expelled casually from his body. They fall from his face. They fall from his chest. Bullets fall to the floor every time he takes a step. He calmly walks back through the warehouse. When he stops, a few last bullets are falling out of him, bouncing off to the floor as the mercenary boss watches in extreme horror. The black man's face is now totally back together. His chest seems as though he was never burned. He is fully healed. He again speaks in a calm voice. I will need a new check, a new driver, a new suit, and you see an early black model, early Mercedes limousine now fleeing the compound, kicking up dust. This document has been copywritten by 8 Minute Universe via 2012. Peace. This has been Swinson 9 to Sage. This has been an 8 Minute Universe production. It's part of the Simple Sage universe. I really hope you enjoyed this. This will continue. Sir Lawrence Boddington is a character I'm really trying to get y'all to like and understand. So please, subscribe, drop a like, share this with your friends. Talk about what it would mean to have a new black comic book out on the market within the Marvel Extended Universe. And if we can't do that, then I'm open to your suggestions and comments of how we can make this a private venture. Again, this is Swinson 9 to Sage, 8 Minute Universe. Man, I tell you, I appreciate the love, and 9 love you all. Peace.